The last segment was all about PS3, only because I'm a PS3 owner, and I feel for anyone whose system is bricked when you put so much time into it, I had to let everybody out there know what was going on. But in this segment now, we're talking about Yahoo. Yahoo has been buying startups. I mean, according to publications like All Things D and Business Insider, Yahoo has been spending some bucks. You know what I'm saying? They've been spending some cash of late. You know, I mean, just dropping money. You know, they were buying companies for 1.1 billion. You know, they were buying startups for 50 million and so forth. Well, Yahoo CEO Marissa Mayer wants to buy 2 failed startups as of yesterday. She went to buy 2 failed startups, and she's trying to infuse the company with talented, according to her, talented entrepreneurial engineers and product managers. Now, one tactic she's using to do that is called by what they call acqui-hire, where they acquire companies. Acqui-hire, they buy a failed startup and hire its employees. Now, usually this costs about $1 million per engineer. Since the beginning of the year, Maya and Yahoo have completed about a dozen or so of these acqui-hires. Now, more details came out when Yahoo made an offer, I think a while ago, to buy a startup called Znobi for $30 to $40 million. This was a startup. Now, that's going to be a tough offer for Znobi to take, because it had raised $40 million from investors and so forth. But on the other hand, Znobi doesn't have a lot of options. Now, Znobi, for those of you that don't know, they make address book apps, and they aren't very popular. That's why you probably haven't heard of them. And Yahoo probably wanted Znobi so it can put its people to work on the mobile versions of Yahoo Mail and stuff like that. 2 reasons. One, Yahoo is way behind in mobile. We know that. Yahoo doesn't have anything going on, and it needs to protect its massive Yahoo Mail user base, or, you know, Yahoo is pretty much done, because that's where most people, if you know anything about Yahoo, it's Yahoo Mail. That's mostly what you know Yahoo for. Now, Yahoo also wants to buy a New York-based startup company called Quickie for $50 million. Now, Quickie has technology that turns web search results into videos. That's their thing. They turn web search results into videos. It tried to apply this technology to a bunch of different kinds of use cases, and consumers have never really shown much interest in Quickie. The first plan was to use the tech to make informative videos from search page results. The latest effort is an iPhone app that turns photos and music and videos into clips. Now, Maya keeps saying that the innovations in search these days are user interface innovations. Maybe she thinks that the Quickie team has some good ideas as to how to make Yahoo search results, the pages, look better, or, you know, because Yahoo is really, when you use Yahoo search, the Yahoo search engine, their search results are really drab. I mean, when I look at it right away, I just want to turn away from it and use Google or even Bing better than Yahoo. So maybe she's going to use Quickie to bring up different search results as far as video forms and things like that. But, you know, Yahoo is really acquiring all of these people, and we know that Marissa Mayer has, her thing was that she was trying to turn Yahoo around. First, she stopped everyone from working remotely. She brought everyone in. You know, and that obviously caused some people to want to leave, because maybe they weren't doing anything anyway. And then getting those people in, she's starting to evaluate what people can do, what they can and can't do. So by buying these companies and bringing them in, maybe she's thinking that some of these people will do the work that maybe the ones that there aren't doing. I mean, we don't really know why she's focusing on the failed startups, other than the fact of these acqui-hires, where she acquires the company and then hires the people in it. I mean, Devin, you work for a big multinational corporation before. If your company acquired, first of all, what do you think the purpose of Marissa Mayer is for hiring these failed startup companies. What do you think she's thinking with that? It's like, what? What's happening? He was engrossed.
I'm reading up on quickie right now. He throws it in the pot and turns the fire all the way up.
But I'm saying, when a company like Yahoo, or any company, buys failed startups, I mean, I know that Marissa Mayer was trying to weed out the dead weight when she called in, although, remember when she said that the employees would no longer be able to work remotely for now. So she brought everybody in. Some people were up in arms about that. They left, because they didn't like that idea. Do you think now she's, rather than just saying we're laying off people, she's going to acquire a bunch of people and see who can do the jobs better and then shuffle some people out? I mean, what's the strategy? I mean, because she's paying 30, 40 million for companies that are failing. I mean, Quickie, no one has heard about Quickie. Znobi, no one's heard about them either. And, these companies, they have some technology, but I don't know if they have 30 or 40 million to $50 million worth of technology. But this is what she's investing in them. What do you think from a CEO standpoint?
Yeah, it's hard to know exactly where she's coming from without. I was just trying to read up on Quickie real quick. And that didn't work because HRS just called me right in. No, but I think I trust her in terms of a smart person.
Right.
I think she knows what she's doing. So my guess would be that these companies have some assets that are undervalued.
Right.
In terms of that Yahoo can use going forward. Whether assets in terms of personnel, whether assets in terms of technology that's probably not well known to the public yet, but can be serious contributors to Yahoo's future in terms of competitive future. So, I think we'll hear later on why she invested $30 million, but
right.
No, she's not going to just invest $30 million without getting something for it. Whether it's readily convertible assets into productivity, or whether it's assets that can be converted in the future into real serious productivity.
Now let me ask you this. Now, what do you think about employee morale? Let me give you a scenario, a situation that I'm thinking of right here. You have someone that worked at Yahoo, right? They put in those extra hours. They hit hard deadlines. They gave up 2 extra days of vacation. They're in the trenches with every project. They did everything that they're supposed to do and more. They're getting, a nominal salary. This new guy sitting right next to them now has about $1 million because his company got bought out and it was a small company, so that $30 million shared between them. He got some massive cash sitting there. He's not as talented as you, but he's there with more money than you are. How do you think that's going to fit with the people that's there already? It's like this guy, this joke is sitting here, he's getting, he already got $1 million, $2 million, and he's sitting here like me. I'm in the trenches, and instead of Marissa Mayer giving me that bonus, I'm just saying this is my thought as the employee now. Instead of her giving me that bonus, she's going to buy some guy because he was able to design some fancy software, design something. He's got this money now, and his company failed, so maybe he isn't even that good. Here I am in the trenches.
Yeah, it's a difficult tightrope that the CEO has to walk in terms of balancing acquisitions and new assets like individuals,
right,
and integrate them into the new system without the guys who've been there all along feeling that they're being pushed to the side. It's not easy. It's very, very tough to do it.
Do you think she's going to get some backlash from her employees?
There's always backlash. There's always backlash. And I'm sure she's recognized that and tried to be prepared for that and tried to assure some people.
Right.
Usually what they do is, in my history, what we've done is we reach out to the managers, the
various departments.
The lower level managers, and we say, listen, identify your assets. Tell me who are your key people.
Okay.
Let me know who are invaluable to you. Because when we integrate, some of those people are going to feel unsettled. They're going to wonder what's going
Right.
on. We want to make sure we call them into the office, give them a little hug, give them a little pat on the butt, and say, you're safe.
Right,
You
right.
know, your home run is recognized,
Right.
and we're going to keep that in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Don't get upset.
Right,
but,
right.
You know, we're going to go through a little bit of a settling, you know.
Right.
And
What about monetary compensation? Does that sometimes come into play? You think that she'll compensate some of these people monetarily?
Unfortunately, there's always that issue. Unfortunately, 'cause
Right.
it shouldn't be.
Right.
Because money doesn't always satisfy the situation or the issue.
Right, right.
You know, and unfortunately, people equate
Dollars.
yeah, dollars with security
Right.
and all those things, and it doesn't equate.
Right.
It's not equal.
Right, right.
And we've been in this situation before. I've been in a situation before where been forced to pay somebody a lot of money
Right.
now
Right.
and get rid of them in 6 months
Right, right.
because we didn't have the compensation or the asset to replace them yet.
Right, right.
So you think the money up front is security? It's not.
Right.
It might be just a quick fix
Right.
for us, and you might think, oh, now they love me.
Yeah, and they
No.
don't. And
They don't
then
love
the
you.
guy who she acquired that
Yeah.
got the $2 million or whatever their company, however they split it up,
Yeah.
maybe he isn't there
Yeah.
6 months from now.
No,
You know,
maybe there's no plan for him in
right?
6 months.
He
And
just that was a part of the initial
Yeah,
acquisition.
We're just into immediate satisfaction
Right.
too much, you know. And we can use our company as an example. Is
Right.
that it's not an easy road, and you have to struggle through difficult times.
Oh, yeah.
And knowing that you might not get what you deserve
Right,
now.
right now.
But it will pay off in the long run.
And if you don't have key people, and I think that's another thing that Marissa Meyer, because we have to admit, she's a smart lady.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, she has turned Yahoo around
Yeah.
where all
Very,
other CEOs
yeah.
have failed. And she might be thinking that this is a way to test the loyalty
Yeah.
of the people that are there.
Mhm,
Because,
mhm.
you know, like you say, I mean, you sit next to a guy that's pulled in $1 million, $2 million because of this acquisition. And if you aren't secure in your job, you aren't secure in your loyalties, that will, you know, that's going to cause you to get disgruntled and leave. And right now, Yahoo doesn't need those kinds of people
Yeah.
if they're going to move forward. So this could be a way that Marissa Meyer is cleaning house without having to do anything, without having to lift a finger. You know, and one of the, as we go into the break, one of the biggest things that people say that when it comes to war, they said the mark of a true general of war is someone who can defeat the enemy without firing a single shot. If you can do that, you're a master of war, they say. Just by your intimidation or whatever it is, you don't have to fire a single shot and they already surrender. You see? Well, this might be what Marissa Meyer is doing. Okay, but coming up after the break, we're going to talk about the iWatch. Apple's iWatch is coming out. More about that right around the corner, right in these messages.